In 1961, MGM revived the Tom and Jerry franchise, and contracted European animation studio Rembrandt Films to produce 13 Tom and Jerry shorts in Prague, Czechoslovakia. All 13 shorts were directed by Gene Deitch and produced by William L. Snyder. Deitch himself wrote most of the cartoons, with occasional assistance from Lars Born and Eli Bauer. Stepan Konisek provided the musical score for the Deitch shorts. Sound effects were produced by Todd Dockstader. The majority of vocal effects and voices in Deitch's films were provided by Alan Swift. Deitch states that, being a Wapa man, he was not a fan of the Tom and Jerry cartoons, thinking they were needlessly violent. However, after being assigned to work on the series, he quickly realized that nobody took the violence seriously, and it was merely a parody of exaggerated human emotions. He also came to see what he perceived as the biblical roots in Tom and Jerry's conflict, similar to David and Goliath, stating that's where we feel a connection to these cartoons. The little guy can win, or at least survive, to fight another day. 16. Since the Deitch, Snyder team had seen only a handful of the original Tom and Jerry shorts, and since the team produced their cartoons on a tighter budget of $10,000, the resulting films were considered surrealist in nature, though this was not Deitch's intention. The animation was limited and jerky in movement, compared to the more fluid Hanna-Barbera shorts. Background art was done in a more simplistic, angular, Art Deco-esque style. The soundtracks featured sparse and echoic electronic music, futuristic sound effects, heavy reverb, and dialogue that was mumbled rather than spoken. According to Jan Nessel of the New York Times, the Czech style had nothing in common with these gag-driven cartoons. Whereas Hanna-Barbera's shorts generally took place in and outside of a house, Deitch's shorts opted for more exotic locations, such as a 19th century whaling ship, the jungles of Nairobi, an ancient Greek acropolis, or the Wild West. In addition, Mammy Two Shoes was replaced as Tom's owner by Clint Clobber, a bald, overweight, short-tempered, middle-aged white man who was also much more brutal and violent in punishing Tom's actions as compared to previous owners, by beating and thrashing Tom repeatedly, stomping on his hand, searing his head with a grill, forcing him to drink an entire carbonated beverage, slamming his fingers with a lunchbox lid, and even wrapping a shotgun over his head and firing it. To avoid being linked to communism, Deitch romanized the Czech names of his crew in the opening credits of the shorts. For example, Stepan Konisek became Stephen Konicek and Vaclav Lidl became Victor Little. In addition, these shorts are among the few Tom and Jerry cartoons not to carry the Made in Hollywood, USA phrase on the end title card, due to Deitch's studio being behind the Iron Curtain. The production studio's location is omitted entirely on it. After the 13 shorts were completed, Joe Vogel, the head of production, was fired from MGM. Vogel had approved of Deitch and his team's work, but MGM decided not to renew their contract after Vogel's departure. The final of the 13 shorts, Come and Get It, was released on December 21, 1962. Deitch's shorts were commercial successes. In 1961, the Tom and Jerry series became the highest-grossing animated short film series of that time, dethroning Looney Tunes, which had held the position for 16 years. This success was repeated once more in 1962. However, unlike the Hanna-Barbera shorts, none of Deitch's films were nominated for, nor did they win an Academy Award. In retrospect, these shorts are often considered the worst of the Tom and Jerry theatrical output. Deitch stated that due to his team's inexperience as well as their low budget, he hardly had a chance to succeed, and well understand the negative reactions to his shorts. He believes they could all have been better animated, truer to the characters, but RT and J's were produced in the early 1960s, near the beginning of my presence here, over a half-century ago as I write this. Despite the criticism, some fans wrote positive letters to DH, stating that his Tom and Jerry shorts were their personal favorites due to their quirky and surreal nature. The shorts were released on DVD in 2015 in Tom and Jerry, the Gene DH collection. After the last of the DH cartoons were released, Chuck Jones, who had been fired from his 30-plus year tenure at Warner Bros. Cartoons, started his own animation studio, TWO Productions, later renamed MGM Animation, Visual Arts, with partner Leigh Goldman. Beginning in 1963, Jones and Goldman went on to produce 34 more Tom and Jerry shorts, all of which carried Jones' distinctive style, and a slight psychedelic influence. Jones had trouble adapting his style to Tom and Jerry's brand of humor, and a number of the cartoons favored full animation, personality and style over storyline. The characters underwent a slight change of appearance. Tom was given thicker eyebrows, resembling Jones' Grinch, Count Blood Count or Wile E. Coyote, a less complex look, including the color of his fur becoming gray, sharper ears, longer tail and furrier cheeks, resembling Jones' Claude Cat or Sylvester, while Jerry was given larger eyes and ears, a lighter brown color, and a sweeter, Porky Pig-like expression. Some of Jones' Tom and Jerry cartoons are reminiscent of his work with Wile E. Coyote and the Road Runner, included the uses of blackout gags and gags involving characters falling from high places. Jones co-directed the majority of the shorts with layout artist Maurice Noble. The remaining shorts were directed by Abe Levitow and Ben Washam, with Tom Ray directing 2 shorts built around footage from earlier Tom and Jerry cartoons directed by Hanna-Barbera, and Jim Pabian directed a short with Maurice Noble. Various vocal characteristics were made by Mel Blanc and June Foray. These shorts contain a memorable opening theme, in which Tom first replaces the MGM lion, then is trapped inside the O of his name. Though Jones's shorts were generally considered an improvement over DH's, they nevertheless had varying degrees of critical success. MGM ceased production of Tom and Jerry shorts in 1967, by which time Jones had moved on to television specials and the feature film The Phantom Toll Booth. The shorts were released on DVD in 2009 in Tom and Jerry, the Chuck Jones Collection. Filmation Studios, in association with MGM Television, also tried their hands at producing a Tom and Jerry TV series. Their version, The Tom and Jerry Comedy Show, debuted in 1980, and also featured new cartoons starring Droopy, Spike, from Tom and Jerry, and the same version also used in Droopy, Slick Wolf, and Barney Bear, not seen since the original MGM shorts. The Filmation Tom and Jerry cartoons were noticeably different from Hanna-Barbera's efforts, as they returned Tom and Jerry to the original chase formula, with a somewhat more slapstick humor format. This incarnation, much like the 1975 version, was not as well received by audiences as the originals, and lasted on CBS Saturday mornings from September 6, 1980 to September 4, 1982.